When I used to play Fortnite competitive, compared to the other people that had similar placements to me, I sucked at fighting and would get destroyed every single time I versed someone actually good. But why? Well, let's see what I did most of the time. Heaps of build fights against random people I found on scrim discords, realistic 1v1s against the same people, and a bunch of team game mode arena. To you guys, it might sound completely normal and you're wondering, well, what's wrong with it? The problem is, in these situations, which is the majority of practice I did, I'm versing worse players. Now you might be thinking, oh yeah, versing worse players is bad, you should be versing better players. I know, heard that advice so many times. But you still verse bad players, bro. You clearly don't understand how actually bad it is and how it is preventing you in the long run from going pro. You gotta realize how different you actually play against better players compared to how you play against worse players. What do you do when you verse a worse player? You usually do like a lot of box jump 50-50s, a lot of over peeking on people, because yeah, doing those moves is actually more efficient to do against those worse players. Majority of the time you don't die when you make those plays, and actually makes the fight end way quicker. So what happens when you do that? Your brain experiences that and remembers subconsciously, okay, that was fine to do and was actually super useful. I'll remember that because in future fights that'll help me out a lot, making the fight way better and more efficient. Now what's gonna happen to you in the future when you come up against a better player in a tournament? Okay, over peeking or 50-50 box jumping here is probably alright to do because it used to be insanely useful on the worst players I versed. So you do that without thinking, get punished from it, and wonder why you keep doing these same bad habits. You have conditioned yourself into this robot that can fight worse players as efficiently and as fast as possible, and that gets you killed versing better players. Now yes, I know it's super hard to actually be able to verse better players 24/7, but you have to realize that yeah, versing better players 24/7 will be great. Just going from basically 100% of your practice being against worse players to 75% of your practice being against bad players and 25% of your practice being against better players is a massive upgrade. Because your brain will remember the punishment it got in that 25% a lot more than the positive reinforcement that it took when taking risks against worse players that always paid off. You just want to make that percentage as close as possible to 100% against better players.